Hallo, willkommen zu einer weiteren Folge. Wir gehen jetzt mal in Interview Room 2. Das ist eigentlich so ein bisschen Zungenbrecher. Egal. Und reden mal mit dem Herrn.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in.
Call me Henry.
Okay.
It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
Also dem glaube ich jetzt schon kein Wort.
How well did you know Julia Randall?
Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled for me. And we were close. We were friends.
Das ist wichtig. Reiß dich zusammen. Krieg ich hin, komm.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man.
Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
Haben wir denn dafür Beweise? Dem gehört die bestimmt die scheiß Jacke. So. Aber das kann ich halt nicht beweisen.
Spill it, Henry. You know nothing about a man named Henderson?
Yes, you're right. Henderson, yeah. Very distinguished.
How about a first name, wise guy? An address, maybe?
I'm sorry, I don't. I think he lives somewhere out of town. Somewhere back east.
Oh, komm.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc?
No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something?
Dafür habe ich auch keinen Beweis.
So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julia Randall's murder?
If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character.
Wenigstens eins. Oh Gott.
That's right.
Coroner says it's going to take at least a week to get an ID.
Das ist gut. Kann ihn noch rumdrehen.
Some kind of traveling salesman?
Once I got out of the Corps, I used my...
You were in the Marines?
Sure. I'm proud of it. The Fighting Sixth.
You were in the 6th Marines?
Yes. I was a captain.
Which company?
Various companies. We had a lot of casualties.
Which engagements?
Okinawa. A couple of other places.
That will be all for now, Henry. You've been very helpful.
Das hat sich aber sehr suspekt angehört.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.
He's in that car at the lights.
Gucken, ob ich das verkacke. Erstmal Sirene anmachen.
He was squirming like a worm in there. Don't you love it when they pull the war hero excuse? Actually, maybe you don't.
I'd have expected a cad like Arnett to be a better liar.
Das stimmt. Aber gut genug war er ja, um mich zu verarschen. Hat mich ja bei 2 von 3 Fragen auch dran gekriegt. Weil ich blöd bin. Weil die so etwas von blöd ist. So. Erstmal Sirene an, damit er uns hört.
Where are you taking us, Henry?
Waren wir nicht letztes Mal hier lang gelaufen? Doch. Haben die andere da beschattet. Hallo. Ist doch grün. Jetzt. Oh, die haben so eine coole Ampel, wo das Stoppschild, also so ein Schild, wo Stopp drauf steht, hoch und runter fährt. Warum gibt es das bei uns nicht? Das ist so geil. Das könnte man heute noch gebrauchen.
That idiot never stepped foot in Okinawa.
Das vermute ich auch. Patisserie. Die Barker Bros. Das habe ich ja langsam ein bisschen besser raus, wenigstens. Immerhin etwas. Secondhand, bought and sold.
He needs money and fast.
Viel. Sieht noch viel Money aus.
Get in there and find out what he pawned. I'll stick with him, see how he intends to spend the money. Move in. Can't risk losing the trail.
Hoof it, Phelps. I'll bring the car around when I'm done here.
Ach so, der findet das raus, nicht wir, ne?
Your bankroll burning a hole in your pocket.
Das nervt ein bisschen, dass die Buttons vertauscht sind, aber egal.
Too much slack. Gotta get closer.
Das dauert immer so lange, bis man die verfolgt hat. Das nervt so ein bisschen. Das sehen wir, obwohl wir nicht dabei sind. Ah doch, jetzt sind wir da.
That's right,
Okay.
Mexico City. One-way ticket, please. Next available seat.
That would be 1 day from now. Is that okay?
It's going to have to be.
Sind wir wieder bei Richard Clean in Boulder auf der Parkbank.
LAPD, the man who just came in here, he bought a ticket?
Yes, sir. To Mexico City tomorrow night.
If you hear from him again, don't mention this conversation.
What have you got?
He bought a ticket from Mexico City tomorrow night.
That's good. But this is better.
Falscher 50er.
It's Fabergé.
Should have seen the look on the pawnbroker's face when I told him to hand it over.
Er hat
The
genug
guy
dafür
who owned
bezahlt,
the
ne?
joint thought it was worth at least 10 large for a cigarette case.
Vielleicht kriegt das ja
Arnett
zurück.
only got 600 clams.
Liebst Beverly in ewiger Liebe und Zuneigung, Jay. Ist das hier ein S? Kann die Buchstaben nicht auseinanderhalten, sorry. Dann gehe ich mal kurz telefonieren anscheinend. Haben wir wohl nötig?
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Messages for me, please.
Yes, Detective. Detectives Bukowski and Galloway request you return to Hollywood Station. They have information in the Julia Randall case.
Any luck with the arrest record check on Jimmy LeBlanc?
Yes, Detective. Jimmy LeBlanc's last arresting officer was Patrolman Fred Wallace. He's posted the Hollywood 9th Beat, Sunset Boulevard between Gordon and Wilcox.
Thank you.
Gut. Dann würde ich vorschlagen, gehen wir zuerst mal dahin.
That's the cop from the newspapers.
Ich bin der Cop aus dem Newspaper. Komm, dann fall dir mal selbst, wenn der schon so da sitzt. Damit wir ein bisschen Schaden verursachen.
Old Henry's looking as guilty as a dog next to a pile of dog shit.
Das macht ja nicht von alleine.
I can think of a
Die
few,
Stadtverwüstung.
but I'd put my money south of the belt. One guy plus 2 dames always equals problems.
Ach ja. Wo muss ich denn genau lang? Hollywoodland. So ein schönes Lied. Da rennen gerade welche weg.
Come on, let's give him a hand.
Right behind you, Wallace. Detective Phelps.
Wallace, go left. I'm going right after this little prick in the alley.
Die treffen sich gleich wieder. Wir sind so blöd beim Abhauen.
Weapons on the ground, now!
Give me some goddamn cover.
Alter, wie schlecht kann man bitte schießen? Gott, war das jetzt knapp. Ja Gott, noch schlechter hätte ich jetzt nicht mehr zielen können.
Thanks. Outstanding warrant, armed robbery. Knocked over a drugstore back there, and it looks like he brought his whole posse with him. Bad luck for them.
They're all yours now. We need some information.
Ever heard of a burglar goes by the name of Jimmy LeBlanc?
Sure. We nabbed Jimmy on a burglary beef a couple of years back. They cut through a music shop and into a jewelry store. He got 4 years.
Mhm.
I miss his partner, though.
His partner?
Big guy. I had him cornered, and he picked up this huge display case and threw it out a plate glass window. Then he vaulted out of there like something out of Barnum and Bailey.
Got away.
I would have had him, except for LeBlanc yelling, "Run for it, Willie!"
And you think he was an acrobat of some sort?
More like a strongman, a wrestler, or a boxer, that kind of thing.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
You haven't done too badly yourself.
Willy.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
All right, where to?
Ich weiß nicht, ob ich da was übersehen habe oder ob wir da nochmal zurückkehren müssen.
You're suggesting LeBlanc is still working with Willie?
A strong man held down Randall while someone administered the morphine. Someone with muscle opened up LeBlanc's skull. Could be.
Hollywood-Polizeirevier, 18:32 Uhr. Ist es mal wenigstens etwas Zeit vergangen?
We caught up with Mao. He's given us the dope on LeBlanc. He worked burglaries with a big guy. Goes by the name of Willie. He might be our killer. Can you work boxing gyms, the Y, promoters, that kind of stuff?
Since when have you started giving orders, Phelps? And where's the burglary angle? There was no sign of a...
That's where our net comes in. Next stop, we speak to Lacey about a list of recent burglaries.
The guy's a bum. His office is a front, and he's behind on the rent and his phone bill.
And he's skipping town tomorrow.
Let's get him in and beat it out of him.
Do you want to bring in the killer, Rusty?
You could be too smart for your own good, Phelps. We've been talking about that, haven't we, Roy? Stefan?
Finbar?
Sir, I need the contraband list. Items stolen over the last year.
Hang on, I'll dig out a copy for you. Here you go.
Thanks.
Is the cigarette case on there?
Earrings, silver chain necklace, Bible. Das ist ein bisschen schwierig zu lesen für mich, ehrlich gesagt. Gibt's da noch eine Seite? Also, ah. Secret Case. Ah, da, Fabergé Secret Case. Okay, sorry.
It's here. Arnett must be out of his mind trying to move this while under a murder cloud.
Und jetzt? Brauche ich den Namen Beverly?
Julia Randall's ring. It's here.
Dann suche ich mal noch kurz nach dem Namen weiter. Nee, aber ein Pearl-Ring.
Even the engagement ring was purloined. Arnett is a cad.
Was haben wir noch so gefunden? Das ist nicht okay. Haben wir auch nicht gefunden, aber... Den haben wir auch nicht gefunden, na egal. Ich weiß nicht noch, was wir jetzt noch suchen.
Seems Julia wasn't the first bored society girl to hide her bennies in that pillbox.
Jetzt. Elvestrom Wohnsitz erkunden. Wir haben viele Orte abzuklappern in dem Fall, ne?
You know the way. You can drive.
Die Liste war ein bisschen schwierig so zu lesen, alles Großbuchstaben und so komisch, ich weiß nicht, irgendwie komisch geschrieben.
Anything you would like to tell me, partner?
Phelps, don't be so touchy. Rusty had his best ever clearance rate working with you. Even if the cases he worked on can't be discussed. We were just comparing notes. You're a Booneroo case man, Phelps. One of the best I've ever seen.
Thanks.
You gotta learn to take a compliment, Phelps.
Das war noch nie meine Stärke. Es ist schon Wohnsitz, 18:35 Uhr. Oder wie auch immer man das ausspricht. Hier rein.
LAPD, ma'am. Is Mrs. Eavestrom in?
Ah, Eavestrom.
She is. Would you follow me, sir?
Eavestrom macht Sinn.
I am Mrs. Eavestrom. How may I help you?
We appear to have recovered some stolen goods that belong to you, ma'am.
Yes, of course. That terrible burglary. Would you like something to drink?
No, thank you, ma'am. We have some questions, if you don't mind.
Why would I mind, young man? If you are returning 43 pieces of my
Kurz
property.
nacken.
Okay, before we get down to that, I'll have a scotch. Thanks, straight up.
Maria, can you get the detective a drink, please?
Ich bleib lieber bei klarem Verstand.
Can you describe to us what was stolen?
It would be easier to describe what wasn't stolen, detective. A priceless tiara that has been in the family for 50 years. A Fabergé cigarette case that was worth $25,000.
Also zuerst mal fällt mir dazu ein, die sieht eigentlich älter aus als 61, sorry, die sieht aus wie 91. Und dann gucken wir mal, was wir für Beweise haben. Wahrscheinlich ist es einfach eine Lüge, weil es keine 25.000 Dollar sind.
Why are you lying about the value of your jewelry, Mrs. Eavestrom?
Who do you think you are? Making heinous accusations in my own home.
Vielleicht weiß die auch nicht, was es wert ist. Oder manchmal irrt sich ja auch so ein Experte, wie heißen die den Wert schätzen, ein Gutachter oder...
We recovered the cigarette case from a pawnbroker. No one knows the real value of an item better than those guys.
I inflated its value for the insurance claim. There. Are you satisfied? My daughter's boyfriend was quite taken with the case.
Was hat die da an der Seite für komische Haare?
I was when it was stolen.
Das Gesicht sieht noch relativ klar gemacht aus von der Grafik. Natürlich ist nicht gerade modern, nicht 4K-Auflösung, aber im Vergleich zu den Haaren, die sind so komisch immer.
What can you tell us about the burglary?
A terrible night. At least a year ago. But let's not go into that. Let's talk about what you've recovered.
Were you in the house when the burglary took place?
Good heavens, no. I was at a social function held by a Dr. Harold Stoneman and his lovely wife. I returned home and all of my things were missing.
That's about it for now, Mrs. Eavestrom. The department will get in touch and let you know how you can recover your valuables.
You've only mentioned a few of the items that have been stolen, Detective. What else has been recovered?
You see, Phelps? That's why you get the drinks in early.
Hello, Mother. Hello, detectives. What is going on?
We'd like to ask exactly the same question.
You have met my daughter?
This morning at work. Oh, Mother and Father divorced. I took my father's name.
The detectives recovered some of the things that were stolen, darling.
Well, what did you find?
A sapphire ring on the corpse of Julia Randall.
What are you talking about?
Your engagement ring, Miss Swanson. Would you be surprised to know that it was part of the proceeds of a burglary?
That's an outrageous allegation.
Yes, it is. I suggest we go straight to Henry Arnett's place and sort this mess out.
Das wird ein Spaß. Jetzt muss ich fahren. Vielleicht soll ich das erstmal als Ziel eingeben. Ich habe nämlich keinen Punkt.
We're missing something here. Arnett is obviously arranging the burglaries.
That's my fiance you're making scurrilous accusations about.
And Randall was obviously his partner.
But neither of them are the type to creep apartments.
You're being ridiculous. Both of you. There's a very good explanation for all of this.
What a sock in it, sister. You're being played for a patsy and you're not even smart enough to see it.
Ach ja, gucken wir mal, dass wir das hier aufgeklärt bekommen. Hupt er mich noch an, obwohl ich hier mit Sirene durchfahre. Alter, wie weit ist das denn? Jetzt haben wir es aber gleich. Fahr ich erstmal hier weiter nach oben. Ich nehme mal an, dass das Norden, da der Pfeil unten noch auf dem Kompass ist. Alter Schwede, das ist echt am Arsch der Welt, ne? Ja, und sonst so, wie war euer Tag heute? Okay, jetzt muss ich langsam rüber. Jetzt muss ich hier ein bisschen gewurschtelt fahren. Jetzt bin ich aber, glaube ich, gerade gleich fast da. So, hier. Jetzt Apartment, 19:08 Uhr. Die Reise hat ja schon länger gedauert. Ist immer eher schon 7:08 Uhr. So lange wie wir gefahren sind. Chauffeurdienst. Soll eskortiere Heather Swanson zu Arnett's Apartment, ohne dein Fahrzeug zu beschädigen. Das habe ich hingekriegt. Das ist ja unfassbar. Das hätte ich jetzt nicht erwartet. Dass ich das ohne Schaden hinkriege, so wie ich noch gefahren bin, das ist schon eine Leistung.
Welcome, sir. I'm sorry. Are you a resident?
Nein.
LAPD detectives. We're here to speak to Henry Arnett.
Oh, Mr. Arnett? Apartment 30. You can take the lift.
Thank you.
Was ist ein Fahrstuhl? Was sind das für Türen? Aber es ist eh so ein Nobel-Apartment, wenn die hier sogar unten so ein...
Well, isn't this just nice and awkward?
Doch, das ist extrem awkward.
Stop! LAPD!
Don't kill him, Cole. This guy's our case. Go on.
Put your hands in the air! Give it up! LAPD!
Ach, was eine Anstrengung. Erst runter, dann wieder hoch.
Don't make me chase you!
Oh nee. Nein. War klar. Immerhin nicht voll in die Fresse. Das war schon mal nett. komm du doch auch hinterher.
Looks like he got you good, Phelps.
Yeah, he really packs a wallop. How did I get back here?
Under your own steam, miraculously. You came in through the window, said hello, and then keeled over.
How was Arnett?
He's coming around, too. He's all hopped up. Good time to get some answers.
You missing something, Henry?
Southern Pacific Railroad. Union Pacific möchte sich für die Unterstützung bedanken. Passagierticket von Los Angeles nach Mexiko. 12. September 47.
You told Heather you're honeymooning without her?
Und eine Uhr. Die wurde auch vermisst.
Vacheron Constantine. That's an extremely expensive watch, Henry.
A graduation present from my parents.
Oder geklaut. Ich vermute eher geklaut. Da stand nämlich eine Uhr auf der Liste. Das war jetzt schon alles, was ich hier untersuchen kann. Ich gucke trotzdem noch weiter. Ach so, da war ich eben, okay. Naja, gut, scheiß drauf.
We know all about the jewelry ring. You and Randall and LeBlanc and Willie doing the legwork.
I'm in the fashion business.
Was nehme ich denn da jetzt? Was sagt der, wenn ich beschuldige?
You're lying, Henry.
How can you prove that I'm involved, Detective?
Gar nicht.
Sorry. Sometimes you have to shake the tree to see what falls out.
Dann probier's mit böser Kopf, keine Ahnung.
Miss Swanson might be gullible enough to believe your story, Arnett, but I'm
Oh,
not buying.
verdammt.
You're involved in a burglary scam, and so was Julia Randall.
I'm a legitimate businessman. I can't speak for Julia.
Wenn ich die Befragung jetzt verkacke. Dann habe ich wieder den ganzen Fall verkackt.
Why did Reed and LeBlanc kill Julia Randall?
I wanted to stop, to get out of that life. I was going to marry Heather if she'd have me. Julia told the others that they were out, that she was going to create a new gang.
Also ich probiere noch mal, was kommt, wenn ich beschuldigen drücke.
You're lying, Arnett. I think you ordered them to kill her. It was made to look like suicide, and when the coroner saw through that, you knew it was time to run.
I told you I was involved in the burglaries. I had nothing to do with Julia's death. Why would I need to run?
Warum brauchst du das Ticket?
Have you told Miss
Gott sei
Swanson that
Dank.
you're leaving for Mexico City tomorrow night? That it's a one-way ticket?
Henry? Tell me it isn't true.
I had no choice. I wanted to marry Heather. I told Julia I wanted out, and she laughed in my face. I had to pay Willie and Jimmy a fortune to do her, and now I'm completely broke.
What you are, Buster, is under arrest.
Who is Henderson, and what is his involvement?
Tell them what you know, Henry. I'll stand by you if you'll only tell the truth.
There is no Henderson.
Äh, Ich guck mal noch, was der sagt, wenn ich Lügen drück, also beschuldigen drück.
Tell me about your first burglary, and don't lie.
I can't remember. I don't keep a list of these things.
Also es gibt eine Liste mit den Sachen, aber die ist doch von der Polizei, oder? Aber Liste war schon irgendwie so jetzt. Liste war schon so ein Hinweis, so ein Wink mit dem Zaunfall, ne?
Your first burglary was a Dr. Harold Stoneman. You want to explain how he is involved, or shall I?
Henderson is Stoneman. He was crazy about Julia. She could get him to do whatever she wished. He threw the parties and we arranged the burglaries. Julia never let him touch her. She just kept him hanging on the promise. Drove the good doctor almost insane.
Henry Arnett, you are under arrest for burglary and for the murder of Julia Randall.
Henderson is Stoneman, all right? I'm not the guy you want. Go talk to the good doctor.
Oh, we will, knucklehead. Meanwhile, we're fitting you for convict stripes.
Wir gehen da im Leben nicht mehr hin. Ich will wissen, was da ist. Muss da jetzt noch mal hin. Für mein Gewissen.
You can drive.
Ich will wissen, was da ist. Irgendwas habe ich da übersehen.
I guess the wedding's off.
He only robbed her mother and killed her best friend. Cut the guy some slack.
So how does the doctor fit in?
That's what we're about to find out. Maybe we should ask him to give you a quick once-over. That meathead gave you one hell of a pasting.
I've had worse.
You should have seen yourself staggering back in there like a drunken sailor.
Next time you can take the runner, Roy.
I didn't box in the Marines, though, did I?
I should have never told you that.
Guck ich mal, ob ich da noch irgendwas finde, was hilfreich sein könnte. Wahrscheinlich ist es jetzt eh nicht mehr hilfreich an dem Punkt, aber... Wo hat die gewohnt? Da war das Geräusch. Ja, wir sollten auf dem Weg nach draußen gucken, ob wir noch eine Morphiumspritze finden.
Mal will be pleased.
Ja.
Well, that's hardly conclusive, given the number of those things we've come across recently.
Aber da kam doch auch das Geräusch, dass wir hier fertig wären. Waren wir wohl nicht.
I think our work is done here.
Super. Finde und untersuche alle Betäubungsmittel in Julia Randalls Apartment. Gibt sogar eine Trophäe. Ganz toll. Jetzt kommt nochmal das Geräusch. Scheiß TV. Gut, haben wir das aber auch geklärt. Ich nehme an, es ist jetzt abgehakt. Ja. Komm, fahr du.
You know the way. You can drive.
As a member of the ACB network.
So, gucke ich mal, ob ich das auch noch hinkriege irgendwie. Damit ich den Fall gut abschließe. Jetzt gucke ich mal hier kurz was im Internet. Ja, ich wollte gucken, dass ich hier die Befragung richtig mache. Aber das ist gar kein zweiter Besuch eingetragen bei dem Fall.
Hang on a moment, sister. Tell him it's Henry Arnett. And tell him it's urgent.
I can't do that.
Tell him, or I'll charge you with obstruction of justice.
Doctor, I'm afraid Mr. Arnett is here to see you, and he says it's urgent.
Send him in. I told you never to come.
Tell us the truth, Doctor.
Also?
I'm so glad you came. Prison will be better than insanity, and I'm already half insane with grief. Do you know that I loved her? I ruined my life for her, and yet I still love her.
Will you testify in court that Arnett and Randall did these robberies?
They organized the robberies. Julie would get the names of the guests attending my wife's parties. Didn't matter how much money I showered upon her, it was never enough. She never really cared for me.
Doctor, I'm afraid you're under arrest.
Oh, the practice. You'll call Dr. Gerard. No.
Kommt keine Befragung.
I want to see no one. Not my wife or my children, nor my friends. And I don't want a lawyer. Just lock me up and throw away the key. What have I done?
Didn't see that coming.
Ich auch nicht. Der bezeugt uns nichts mehr vor Gericht.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Die Frau wird einfach da liegen lassen. Ja, ist halt so.
I need an ambulance and the coroner immediately to the offices of Dr. Harold Stoneman, 1646 Ivor Street, Hollywood.
En route, Detective. You have a message. Detective Bukowski says the suspect is named Wilson Willie the Wolf Reed, former wrestler. Last known address is an apartment building at the corner of Hollywood and Vine. Detective Bukowski says to meet them there.
On our way.
Geht also auch weiter.
We have an address for the runner.
Let's try and wrap this up then.
Hätte ich noch eine ganze Folge draus machen können. Aber ich glaube, das erfahren wir dann erst in der nächsten Folge tatsächlich, weil ich hier jetzt mal eine kleine Aufnahmepause machen muss. Die Folge ist auch schon endlos lang. Aber ich bedanke mich wie immer ganz herzlich bei euch fürs Zusehen und ich hoffe, wir sehen uns dann in der nächsten Folge wieder. Bis dahin. Ciao.